Good morning, everyone. Today we have the feast of Saint Simon and Jude. Now they're apostles, and you'll say, well, I don't know too much about these guys. Well, because we don't know an awful lot about Saint Simon in this regard. We're not talking about Simon Peter. Remember, there are two Simons in the group of apostles that Jesus called. And then we've got Saint Jude, who was also known as Thaddeus. Now, the interesting thing about Thaddeus, he should be a patron saint of most of us, because he is the patron saint of lost and desperate causes. And some of us might feel, yeah, he's the man. He's a man for me. I think my patron saint is the patron saint of beer drinkers. There is one, believe it or not. But we need to give recognition that St. Jude does give us that opportunity. And if you're wondering about what he looks like, well, the statue that we have under our bell here at Blessed Sacrament is apparently the statue of St. Jude. So if we are feeling desperate, or else we really just need that guide, so we could try everything else, St. Jude's your man. So you can come along and give recognition to him today. The first reading today, St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians, chapter 2, verses 19 to 22. And this is an interesting one. He says, you are no longer aliens, but citizens like us. What? Aliens? I didn't know there were aliens in the Bible. St. Paul says there were. We know, well, obviously we know, you can talk about aliens being people coming from a different country, but sometimes we might actually get ourselves into that kind of misunderstanding if we don't read the scriptures carefully. And Paul says that there were aliens. So, well, what are we looking for? He says that we used to be aliens. That's all he said. Okay. So the important thing, I think, is that when we hear these things, to research them properly. Not to take them literally as we see them here. And make sure that through our studies and so forth that we learn. What do they say? The more we learn, the less we know. That effectively was what St. Paul is saying to us. The more we learn, the less we know. And that's true. So how can that be possible? Well, the more we learn, the less we appreciate that we don't know all that much. And it's those people who don't bother learning, who think they know everything. We know a few of those, don't we? People who what do they say, empty vessels make the most noise? Those ones. So we're encouraged today by St. Paul to make sure that we go out and learn as much as we can, particularly in regards to maybe our patron saint today. So keep yourself safe. We'll see you again. God bless. Bye-bye.